You're in a relationship, but you feel like something is off. Your instinct is telling you that something is strange. She's very reserved when you ask questions about her past or mention other men's names in a normal conversation. If you're looking for a trusting relationship, you might be walking into a trap, but I'm here to help you avoid it today. If you want to know if she has had multiple sexual partners, just look for certain signs. These 10 signs will give you direct clues about how she has lived her past. Remember, it's not about judging, but about finding the right partner who won't play with your feelings and will commit to a long-term relationship. So stay with us until the end of the video to find out if it's worth starting a relationship with a woman, or if it's better to cut ties as soon as possible. Your first intimate moment with her was more worrisome than incredible. Yes, you expected it to be amazing, but it turned out to be intensely unexpected. She might feel very comfortable and bold with physical intimacy, which could indicate that she has had many previous experiences. If you're confused, let me explain. Instead of you making the first move, if she initiates like a pro, it could be a sign she has experience. She's not shy about hugs and kisses, but is open to more advanced or even unusual moves, accepting whatever you suggest. If your gut tells you she has a lot of experience with physical intimacy, it might be a sign not to ignore. But you shouldn't jump to conclusions. She could just naturally be more expressive and talented in bed. So you should also pay attention to other signs to make sure she's the right partner for you. Sometimes a man, no matter how strong, feels emotionally vulnerable and seeks his partner to fill that void. A spiritual connection and emotional support are important in a relationship, as they help couples get through tough times together. But what happens if your partner doesn't meet your need for emotional connection? A woman who has had several sexual partners generally shows this behavior and avoids emotional closeness. How do you know if she is really avoiding emotional connection? If you try to have a deep conversation and she seems to prefer light chats, quickly changes the subject, or avoids talking about feelings, she might be avoiding emotional intimacy. If you feel like your efforts are in vain, it might be time to stop trying. However, it could also be a sign that she is more reserved or has been emotionally hurt before. Maybe you should give her a bit more time before making a decision. One important sign that she might have had several sexual partners in the past is the inconsistency in her stories. After months together, if you still can't say for sure that she has clearly shared her past with you and the things she shares are vague or inconsistent, that could be a sign. For example, she might tell you one story one day and a different one the next day. These inconsistencies can include mentioning more than one guy's name, talking about a long-term ex, and then saying she's never had a serious relationship, or describing a shared hobby with a previous partner that doesn't match her current interests. It's important to remember that not everyone likes to relive past relationships. Some people might prefer to focus on the present with you. However, if their vagueness or inconsistencies make you feel insecure or suspicious, it is worth gently exploring the situation. What can you do in this situation? Have a serious conversation with her about it and ask her to clarify her past. If she is genuinely interested in a relationship, her reaction will be more satisfying than her words. If she opens up honestly and fills in the gaps with warmth and clarity, that's a good sign. But if she continues to present an inconsistent story, it might indicate that you should break up with her before she plays with you. Remember that you should never rush into making this kind of decision. Relationships require a combination of time, and open communication. Give her enough time and see if her story becomes more nebulous over time, or if she starts to share her past more clearly after building trust in you. Has she cancelled plans at the last minute more often? These fluctuations can be more frustrating than the stock market. Have you ever wondered why this keeps happening? It's understandable that plans might get cancelled for obvious reasons once or twice, but if this keeps happening repeatedly, something's definitely wrong. Also, notice that she always gives vague reasons for these cancellations. She might say, a last-minute meeting came up, but surprise meetings don't happen that often. Or she might mention a friend is in town, but she's very careful not to reveal this friend's identity. You shouldn't let her play with you like that. Clearly, she's prioritizing something over the relationship with you, and that's a sign that can't be ignored. It's important to remember that we all have busy lives, and things can happen unexpectedly. Maybe she has a demanding job with unpredictable hours, or a close friend going through a tough time who needs her support. However, if these last-minute cancellations become a habit, and you feel excluded or unimportant, it's worth having a conversation. Again, communication is key here. Approach it calmly and ask why she repeatedly cancels plans. Let her know that this is unacceptable for you and work things out together. A woman entering a relationship for the first time will never compare you to someone else because you're all she knows. However, if she's had several partners in the past, it's likely she'll compare you to her ex-boyfriends at some point, intentionally or not. How to know if she's comparing you to her exes? She might mention that the steak you cooked at home is better than the one her ex made, or talk about how her ex enjoyed a certain activity you never suggested. During an argument, she might compare your flaws to those of her ex-boyfriend. These comparisons, no matter how subtle, can make you feel insecure. The important thing to understand is that these comparisons are not your fault. Someone who has spent time with several partners will end up comparing them at some point. You need to make her understand that she cannot treat you this way. If she regularly compares you to other men, just end the relationship and make it clear that you're not just another guy. Your partner's phone suddenly becomes their most precious possession when you are next to them. She makes sure to keep it face down, quickly changes the screen, or becomes extremely secretive when answering calls in your presence. This behavior can be suspicious and make you wonder if she is hiding something. The reasons for keeping her phone away from you can vary. She might still be in contact with some of her ex-boyfriends, or simply want to make sure you don't have access to her message history or pictures from her past. When you ask to see her phone, she might dramatize, interpreting it as a lack of trust from your side. This can put you in a difficult position where you can't ask to see their phone anymore. Before jumping to conclusions, you should consider that there might always be another story or a logical explanation for this. Everyone deserves some privacy, and some people might just be very protective of their personal space. Maybe she has professional conversations she doesn't want to discuss, or does she just value her alone time to browse? However, if the relationship is strong enough, there will come a time when the couple no longer needs to hide their phones from each other. Give her time to see if she changes over time. Otherwise, you'll be fully justified in ending the relationship after confirming her phone activities. Have you noticed that most of her friends are men? She might mention that she gets along better with guys and finds girls dramatic, but this behavior can also be a sign that she's had multiple sexual partners. Having a mostly male social circle isn't always a sign of many sexual partners, but it's something you should consider alongside other signs. If she spends a lot of time with her male friends and often excludes you from their hangouts, it can make you feel insecure. The issue here isn't just that she has male friends, but how she interacts with them and includes you in her social circle. If she's open to introducing you to her friends and including you in their activities, it's a good sign. But if she avoids this, or if her interactions seem secretive, you need to talk to her about it. Remember that trust and transparency are essential in any relationship. Another sign is that she seems to know a lot of romantic or intimate spots in town. She confidently guides you to the best restaurants, bars, or hidden corners, often mentioning specific details or recommendations. It could simply be because she likes to explore and has good taste. But it could also indicate that she has visited these places with other partners in the past. You might wonder how she knows these places, especially if she has never mentioned visiting them with friends or family. If you notice this sign along with other mentioned signs, it could be another clue about her past. Talk to her about her tastes and experiences to better understand her preferences. A woman with a rich history of experiences might simply have a passion for discovering new places, but make sure she's honest about her experiences. They spend a lot of time on social media, frequently posting photos, stories, or statuses. You might notice she has many male friends or followers and often interacts with them, whether by commenting on their posts or exchanging messages. If she's very active on social media and her interactions are mostly with men, it could be a sign she has had many connections in the past. She might also hide some of her friends or conversations from you, which can make you feel even more insecure. In this situation, it's important to talk about your concerns. Ask her why she is so active on social media and make sure you feel comfortable with her online interactions. If she's open and honest about her friends and online activities, it can strengthen your mutual trust. The last sign might be the most important. If you talk about the future and she seems hesitant or vague about her long-term plans with you, it might be a sign she's not fully invested in the relationship. A woman with a past of multiple partners might be less willing to commit seriously, preferring to keep her options open. She might avoid discussions about marriage, children, or even future travel plans, choosing instead to focus solely on the present. If you feel that she avoids talking about the future or seems uncertain about her feelings, it's crucial to directly discuss your expectations and concerns with her. A healthy relationship requires a shared vision of the future, and if she's not ready to discuss it, it might be time to reassess your relationship. These signs are not definitive judgments of your partner's character, but potential indicators of her past. The important thing is to communicate openly with her and make decisions based on mutual trust and understanding. If you feel insecure or notice several of these signs, it's essential to talk to her about your concerns and see how she responds. A relationship based on trust and transparency is the key to long-term happiness. In conclusion, identifying if a woman has had multiple sexual partners in the past can be delicate but crucial for establishing a trusting relationship. The signs we've explored today, such as her comfort with physical intimacy, her avoidance of emotional closeness, and her behavior on social media, can offer important clues. However, it's essential to remember that these signs should not be taken in isolation, but as elements of a larger picture. The key lies in open and honest communication, where you can express your concerns and understand these past experiences in a respectful manner. Always choose a relationship based on mutual trust and respect, where both partners are fully committed. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on relationships and Stoicism. See you soon.